Please do not go and get pregnant because of this video, but there are requirements. In this video, I am going to tell you the requirement to give birth in the UAE. I recently came across a TikTok video of a Ghanaian who just gave birth to twins. Congratulations to her. I do not want to mention her name here because I do not have her permission to mention her name. Yeah, and I saw someone in the comment section asking, hey, so Ghanaians can give birth in UAE? Of course, anyone else can give birth in UAE. Just that there are requirements that you need to meet. You can just get pregnant or you can just get anyone pregnant. But you need to meet the requirement to be able to stay with your child legally in the country. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the requirements that you need to meet in order to be able to have a child in the UAE. The first requirement should be your marriage certificate. Yeah, you need to be married. I am not very sure, but I think this law has been amended that even if you're not married, you can give birth. And I think before you could go to jail for getting pregnant without being married, but I am not very sure. But I think I heard that this law has been amended. Do not go and get pregnant because of this video. I think the reason why all these rules are there is because they do not want any unplanned family, any unplanned pregnancy, any unplanned kind of thing in this country. And this is very good, unlike our home country where anyone can just get pregnant at any time anyhow. No one is going to ask you, are you married or not? But somewhere along the process of documenting, getting documents for your child, you'll be asked, and without this document it will be very difficult. It's almost like impossible to get documents for your child. Even if the marriage laws are amended, that even when you're not married, even if you're not married, you can just have a child. This second point here is very crucial, and this is impossible if you do not meet the requirements. The second point here is to have a particular amount of salary in order to be able to have a child here in UAE. For a man, it is, I think, 3,500 or 4,000 salary without accommodation, or 3,000 with accommodation salary in order to be able to have a child. And for the woman, it is 8,000 to 10,000 in order to be able to have a child. This is basically because you need salaries in order to be able to take care of your family. And during the document process, trying to issue documents for a child, you'll be asked for your salary certificate and your basic salary and all that. And without this document, you cannot get visa for a child, because to be able to sponsor your child or your wife or your family, you need to have this salary threshold in order to be able to sponsor them. So this is very crucial in the process. If you are not getting up to 4,000 salary, do not even try. Don't even try. You need to have a resident visa in order to be able to have a child, because of course, if you're planning to give birth and live here with your child, have a life here, you need a resident visa. So this is one of the requirements. After giving birth, even I think before giving birth, during the antenatal and this prenatal and this hospital thing, you'll be asked of, the first thing they ask of when you go to the hospital, before everything, they will ask you for your ID. If you're on visit visa, they will ask you for your visit visa. You don't want to be on visit visa it's almost impossible to live here with your child on visit visa, unless maybe you travel here and you're I'm not talking about those people. Yeah, so if you want to have a child here, have a life, you need to be on a valid resident visa. If we are talking about resident visa here, we shouldn't forget about having a passport. You should have a passport. And mind you, if you give birth here within 120 days, if you're not able to issue documents for your child, because of any of these documents I'm talking about, any of these requirements I'm talking about, your child automatically gets fined. You get fined. Your child doesn't have any responsibility. You get fined, like almost like overstay for the child. Yeah, so within 120 days, if you're not able to issue legal document for the child you actually get fined. Yeah, for that. Let me just give you an idea of how much delivery costs here in the UAE. So delivery will cost around 7,000 to 18,000 here in the UAE. So you see why the salary thing is also a crucial process here, a crucial point over here. Yeah, so the price of delivery is very expensive, especially if you do not have any health insurance. And some health insurance, like if your health insurance is from your employer, most health insurance will not cover for um pregnancy, antenatal, and those kind of things. I know some health insurance, when you go to the hospital and it's anything about your reproductive health, no, it's excluded. Yeah, so especially if you don't have health insurance, this is a bit more for you. The next thing here is tenancy contract. How can you have a child without having a home for yourself? Tenancy contract is what you get when you rent an apartment, a flat, or a property. You get to have a contract with your landlord, like, so you need to have a tenancy contract in order to be able to sponsor your child, actually. Yeah, from the father. Yeah, so this is one thing here. If you do not have a salary of up to 4,000, if you do not have a tenancy contract, do not have an Emirate ID, you do not have a passport, do not even think about getting a child, bringing a child into this world, especially in this UAE. You also need to provide a health insurance, which is mandatory for all residents in the UAE. So this is where I'll be ending this video. You can still consult professionals who will be able to advise you on this if you want to, if you are planning to have a child here in the UAE. But this is just a tip of the iceberg, like just an eye opening for those of you, especially my fellow Ghanaians and Africans, low income earners who are here and planning to have children over here in the UAE. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Peace out.